But I definitely had the persona of like, if I wasn't into it or into what somebody, you know, into like the vibes or anything, I was definitely like not afraid to show that though.
No, that is so valid.
Yeah,
I do recall.
like I would bring up, be like, I hate this play.
I'll officiate you guys properly. Officiate? When's the date? You're getting married? Not officiate.
July
Introduce.
26th, is that our date?
Yes.
Yeah. Way to play into the bit. I stumbled my words.
Thanks.
One half of the If It Scares You podcast, another half of a band with his brother, Jonah's brother, but not the band Jonas's brothers.
No.
the leisurely bro.
Yeah.
All right, fair.
Yeah.
And quite possibly the cutest smile I've ever seen. And then the other half of the If It Scares You podcast, and the other half of our previously mentioned Menopause the Musical excursion. Not the other half of the Jonas Brothers.
Unfortunately not.
Kills it in everything. Way too humble about it. If you have a time machine, go see First Date, Reefer Madness, State Fair, Heathers, or Something Rotten if you want.
Ooh.
Garrett Ryan and Jonah Leisure.
Hey, thank you.
Hi.
I would like to preface by saying that I have been trying for the last 6 months to get my brother to change the band name to Jonah's Brother. And he doesn't want it, but I think, I just think it rolls off the tongue better. I've had a poll, I've asked people, everybody seems to want to do it. I get why he doesn't, because he'd just be the brother. But, I don't know.
Is he better?
I think we're both Victoria Justice. I think we can all sing. I think we can all play.
I love it.
I got something for everybody.
These feel like
Pick
scripts.
a number between 1 and 3.
2.
3.
I think it's definitely a script, but that's okay.
Did you say 2?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this is just, I'm going to be the narrator, and you guys
love
just
it.
make your own choices.
Is this your own episode of the pod?
I tried writing a pretty good horror script on my drive home from work today on my phone. Google Docs, dude. There's an app for it.
He's crashed his car 3 times
All right.
in the script.
He only hit 7 cyclists.
Yeah.
So, 3 super cute dudes, all cute in their own ways, find themselves locked inside an abandoned house. They lock themselves in, so it's not a huge deal.
Guys, I'm scared. How are we supposed to get out of here?
You're scared of everything, dude one. Come on. Let's go into the basement where it's darker.
It's dark up here.
Yeah, because you have your sunglasses on.
Oh, good point.
Don't improvise, it's dead letter, right? I'm just kidding.
Oh, sorry.
Proceed.
Keep them on. They look great on you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, while you guys are getting ready for your wedding, I'm gonna go explore down here.
Shut up, man. I'm gonna stay up here and keep an eye out for intruders.
All right, I'll head downstairs too. It's calling my name.
What do you mean by that?
Well, just listen.
In the distance, we hear a ghostly call. I'll be the ghost. Dude one, or whatever name fucking works best for you, get down here.
That ghost sounds hot.
Oh, so you just compliment everyone now? Here I was thinking I was special to you.
Well, you're not special. And I am nice to everyone. It's my thing.
Whatever, go downstairs, see if I care. I hope you get ghost herpes or something.
Ha! Maybe then you'll have some flair.
That was hilarious. You're so smart, funny, and in really good shape.
Hey, thanks! Wish I could say the same about you.
Dude one starts crying.
What is it now?
Nothing, I just...
Oh, great. Then let's just go downstairs. You keep watch. Stop crying, you look weak. Most people think that's dumb. I think it's hilarious. But I'm not most people.
A beat. After a moment, they notice Dude 3 hasn't said anything in a while.
Our third friend is now missing. This must be where something spooky happens. I'll go investigate and try to find where Dude 3 went. You stay here and try to compose yourself. Both of us will be alone and separated.
Fine.
Dude 2 goes downstairs. It's dark down there because it's a basement. Dude 1 is upstairs giving the mirror a bunch of blue steel looks. Dude 1 hears a scream from downstairs and freaks out. We cut to downstairs where Dude 2 and 3 are just hanging out drinking 40s.
You know what would really scare him? If we scream like we were getting murdered.
I love that idea. And I love you too. Damn, okay. I thought you would have given a 3, 2, 1 or something.
Oh, I normally would. I just hate when people express feelings for me. Makes me insecure and uncomfortable.
Ah, I see. Do you want me to be mean to you instead then?
No, that's the weird part. I enjoy when people are honest with me, but I just always feel like people are trying to take advantage of me. I feel like when people say something nice or do something nice for me, they're doing it so that they don't have to owe them later, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. But we don't have time to dive into all of that right now. We have to find that ghost that was calling my name.
Right, let's go.
First, give me your shirt.
Why?
Because you owe me. I've been super nice to you today.
Fair enough.
Dude 1 comes bursting into the room with a flashlight and a fork he found in the kitchen upstairs.
You guys okay? I heard you screaming.
Oh, I don't think you heard anything. I think you just got scared up there by yourself in the dark.
It's not dark. It's 3 in the afternoon.
That's a fair point. Also, that flashlight's light accents your facial features very well.
Thank you for that platonic compliment.
Hey, guys, I just realized nothing super scary has happened, and we've been talking for like 5 minutes.
I'll tell you exactly what's scary about this. We're in a horror script in December.
This will come out in December.
This is the wrong holiday for this.
Whoa. That is spooky.
And lazy.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Nicely
Yay!
done, everybody.
Woo! Join our writer's room.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yes.
I'm not good at,
The
not good
haunted
at horror.
favor.
Haunted holiday or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, how are you guys?
Doing great.
Vibing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
That was definitely a curveball I was not anticipating, but it's
No, that
got
was
me
a good
like all
curveball.
Yeah, you
anxious.
guys-
I want to know. I feel like
I
I'm
didn't know that
on
was
my
happening.
toes now. So, yeah.
ready for anything.
Yes.
Well, that's all I had. So now
Oh.
it's up to you to carry this episode.
The end. Thank you guys so much.
All right, horror podcast.
Yeah.
What beginning to end.
Yeah.
Story.
The whole thing? Okay, so episode
Yes.
1 started in 2020. We've been doing this for 4 years now, about to be on 5. Just crazy
Yeah.
to think about.
You guys started in 2020?
Yeah.
Like consistently posting every week? Or?
Not every
Every
week.
year.
Every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we started at the
Yeah.
beginning.
We sort of now realize that, especially with this year and this past season that we did, that like we just do it around like September, October, and just decided like, okay, we're not going to do anything else before that, so we'll just make it like a yearly event kind of thing.
That's the time for Halloween stuff.
It is. It's the time for spooks.
Yeah.
Spooky season.
Spooky season.
Yeah.
So are you guys like huge horror fans?
No.
No.
I'm not.
Yes, massively.
But I'm learning.
But we even each other out. It's because I'm 95% a horror fan and he's 5% a horror fan. So eventually we make.
So you tone him down and then you okay.
Yeah.
99%, yeah.
Yeah.
I love math. I totally
I don't
totally
know
do
math.
math.
I can't do math.
The numbers add.
And sometimes they even subtract.
Don't even talk to me about division right now.
Sometimes it's long.
Parentheses.
If you give me an equation to do long division to, I can't do it.
Hey,
We admitted that on air. So
if this was in like I don't know the first week or 2 of December when this probably comes out, what homework do your students have? If they're watching.
Spoiler alert for the kids who are listening in the future. You're gonna have probably some argument writing assignments to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna craft like an argument essay, and it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a doozy.
How many,
So-
like 2 pages
I'm
for these
thinking.
kids?
I'm thinking 5 paragraphs.
Whoa.
Yeah. So however
Hefty.
many, if that's 2 pages.
Is there a minimum to like how big a paragraph has to be?
What if these kids
let's
are
say
pumping out 2
6
sentence
to 8
paragraphs?
sentences. But
Whoa, those
you
are
can
big
say
paragraphs.
that. But the thing is,
That's
you can
average.
say that. Yeah, apparently that's the. I thought that's a
little above average,
That is
I think
like
like
average,
3
yeah.
is like the
For, like, a
minimum,
paragraph.
and then like 4 to 5 is like the money spot for children, and then
It should be. The thing is, however, I can say 17 times, do a 6 to 8 sentence paragraph, and they'll go, okay. And then they'll turn it into a 2 sentence paragraph.
That's what's up.
I'll go like, yeah,
Do you-
this is an essay, but it's 3/4 of one page.
But do you like cave and still give them the points anyways because you're tired?
No, not because I'm tired. I want to, I try to take it case by case and,
This
try,
is-
to, try to play into it.
So my mom is
I love it.
my mom's like a middle school and high school teacher in Cascade, and
Yeah.
when like the whole
you know each
AI
other?
thing started to blow up,
Oh, yeah.
she had a kid turn in an essay that he had his Snapchat AI write for him.
Oh my gosh.
And then he didn't format it at all.
Yeah, of
so
course.
It still had like, hey, this is what your answer to your thing or whatever.
Well, you notice this a lot when like kids will like copy and paste information, and so like it'll be written in like Calibri font 8, and then all of a sudden the quote will be Times New Roman 18, and then go back to Calibri font, and they'll say, "Hey, I wrote a paragraph. Check this out," and then it'll be 6 sentences of the quote that they copy pasted, and then a sentence at the beginning and at the end. And I go, it just feels like you copy and pasted a lot of this. And they say, no. And I say, but the font's a little different. And then they go, yeah. And then you kind of capture.
Thing and hit match formatting. It's
No,
not
you do
that
not
hard.
do that. Do not listen to this. Do not hear that.
Why?
Don't do it.
Why?
That's
We
how you get away
honestly
with
thought
it.
about the talking to kids about AI and about how to like harness it for the powers of good, like doing like a lesson about that, about like, hey, how to use it as a tool and not like be lazy about it.
Yeah, that's
But now
hard.
we're worried that if we bring that up, some people who aren't aware of it are gonna be like, oh, there's a whole thing that will write my essay for me. We don't want them to do that. But by listening to this now, they know.
This is a pretty good school survival guide.
Yeah.
Results may vary. Is that what they say in the show?
Yep.
Yeah, you
You're
can
right.
also
Okay.
find half-smoked cigarettes behind the dumpster of most schools. So, kids.
They're from Jonah.
They're not for me. They're not for me. Anybody who is watching this is not for me.
That I believe.
It was mostly music classes. What can I say? I'm a really good sight reader.
Yeah.
I would just, pretend to practice.
You're born with that ear for pitch, but never told anybody, and so you're just
Oh God, no.
secretly
My ears-
Charlie Puth in class, and
That's not cheating. That's just cheating yourself.
Which?
it's strategy.
It's true.
Yep.
It's true. I think that speaks to all cheating in general. If you're cheating, you're just cheating yourself.
I don't know about that.
Why?
What if you like cheat to win like money or something?
But then you're still cheating yourself. You didn't do it correctly.
Yeah, but what if it's like
What about the
something
hard
that
work?
like
Yeah.
what if it's like something stupid or whatever? Like
Well, then if it's stupid, just do it legit. And what do you need to cheat for?
because it's like I don't know,
Hard.
the Special Olympics or something.
Why? Are you talk?
It's not like the whole wants to of like the Ringer movie with Johnny Knoxville is like he wants to cheat in the Special Olympics, like get that girl's number and all that money. How is that cheating himself? Because he gets the girl's number and all the money at the end of the movie.
Well, okay. What happens later when they're like together and she realizes he cheated?
I'm pretty sure he does like one of these like I'm so sorry, babe. Listen to this song, and then they're like fine.
Well, boom boxes aren't a thing anymore, so I think you do it legit. You don't need to
Boom
cheat.
boxes are so cool though. Like I love that you could just put.
Peter Gabriel still? That's like the other half of that equation, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
cheat if you want. If you can't, I don't know.
No, don't do that.
Do what you
Don't.
gotta do.
Cheat at
Do what
Mario
you
Kart.
gotta do.
Unplug other people's controllers while they're playing.
Okay. We'll do less stuff that'll get you fired.
I was gonna say, is there a way for at least the first 15 minutes to blur my face? Like a voice modulation or
Oh,
something?
Jonah, well, thanks for joining us now. I don't know. What else are you guys working on? You do any music? Garrett's been killing it in like every production of like two theater companies recently. But I see you doing shit all the time. How's that?
Always trying. I'm trying to slow down a little bit for the holidays, actually. But no, my next like rehearsal situation starts in February, and so I'm kind of like flying under the radar, trying to do some writing.
Yeah.
Trying to get some writing done.
Nice.
I really want to write like a horrible Hallmark Christmas movie.
It's on,
Nice.
It's
on
the
both of our
season.
bucket lists.
That
I
is a
think.
good.
Yeah.
That's always been a creative
like
opportunity.
separate films though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Not together.
I get it.
Separate.
Did you guys see that thing that Hallmark is like or like cable TV is paying people like $2,500 to watch 25 Christmas movies.
And I don't doubt that someone will take that on, and
They're gonna choose 50 people to do it.
Well, Garrett's one of those 50.
I
which
wanna
is
do
crazy.
that.
No,
I'll
he
send you
is,
the
like,
link to
confirmed.
apply.
What if tonight it was like surprise? It's actually you.
Oh my god.
I guarantee
Dreams are
there's a
coming
bunch of
true.
people to do it. Obviously, we have to
I
write
signed
separate
up for it.
We have to write separate ones because if we were to collaborate, that's one less Christmas movie being put out in the world.
Good
And
point.
I think actually I also read that Hallmark was putting out like 40 movies in like a month this year. That's disgusting.
So if it's like,
So that's why we need to add 2 more to
Right,
that
yeah,
list.
yeah.
do you know what month? Because that means they could all be Christmas movies.
It's probably, I'm gonna guess, November, December.
Damn.
I'm sure.
But,
Thanksgiving.
Like,
There's
still,
some Thanksgiving
even
movies.
If it was 40 movies across 2 months, that's too much. That's too much.
That is a lot.
Well, like
How many studios
The
do they
writers
have?
one.
strike just ended, so they probably got a lot like of stuff, you know, that they wanted to release. Because if I know anything about Hallmark, it's that
We
they
would have done
they
80,
release
but we
like
did 40 this
they
year.
release like 20 movies every month. Like,
It is pretty
Right.
intense.
of just like
But
trash rom-coms and
The
stuff.
funny thing though is that those in particular are like the same. I mean, it's the same thing over and over
the same
again.
formula.
Same everything.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they do it on purpose now at this point.
It's
but,
like
Hallmark
busy
movie is a
business lady
genre,
moves
not
to
a comedy.
town.
it is. It's a whole subgenre. Yeah.
busy business lady goes to small town, meets small town guy who
Yep.
like
Was
she
wearing a
doesn't
vest.
like at first, but he like is good at stacking firewood and
She always
stuff.
looks
And
cozy.
then
Yeah.
she like gets into some like she falls ice skating and he catches her and then they fall in love and that's pretty much. And she's like, "Oh, I don't need to do business as much because family." Hallmark.
Mazel.
So true. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is people will go and they will watch those things over and over and over
my God,
again.
everyone loves
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
100%.
I'll do it. So like, I even admitted we just did like a for if it scares you, like a behind the scenes kind of like panel, like a talk back kind of thing, and we talked about like writing red flags and green flags and stuff like that. And I literally admitted that I was like, I love Christmas romance. I'll be there. I'll watch probably 15 of those 40.
Yeah, actually,
That's actually a lot. I'll probably watch like 4 of those 40, but that's it.
I think one of my favorite things right now is so I just finishing Reefer Madness is we didn't have time to watch any like Halloween, any scary movies, any spooky, any horror, and so me and my friends that I refer to as the Reefer Friends, because we're not Reefer Fiends, we're Reefer Friends.
Nice.
Refer you to a friend. We're friends. I don't know.
We're like getting caught up and watching a bunch of scary movies. So like last night we watched The Shining.
Nice.
But when we got to the person who was hosting its house, they literally had like Christmas Hallmark movies on, and that's how it's been every single week. Is like we walk in, ooh, the Snow Princess or A Prince for Christmas,
Right.
and then we're like, okay, cool, let's turn on the Blair Witch
Right.
Project.
I think it's a Christmas Kiss and then Saw X.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Really that.
It's cute double feature.
So, okay. Going back to you guys are going to write a Christmas movie. You're
Yeah.
stuck in an elevator with or whoever's
Yeah.
like the
Christmas
the
guy.
good producer at the time.
And I hope it's not him. I don't know.
Yeah, but he knows people.
That's
Uh,
true.
Just forget about those couple things. Anyway, we'll cut this for you, Jonah. The question: what's a big producer?
Yeah. An unnamed, unproblematic
Whoever
big
the one
producer
you
is
want
here.
in there is in there.
Yeah.
It's Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. Hey, we can't go wrong with Tim. Good old Buzz.
Check the news.
He is.
I was today years old when I found out there might be something wrong with Tim Allen.
Wait, really?
What's going on?
Is there?
Google
Can we
it.
reveal it?
Oh,
I mean, it's just. I think it's just these like
More
conservative people
improvement?
around.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
it's,
Okay.
it's like
I mean,
no,
yeah,
nothing
in
like.
the
just
grand
like,
scheme of
okay,
things.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It could have
wasn't
been
a-
much worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay.
What's your elevator pitch?
Yeah, I already got mine.
same.
Do you have yours?
Yeah, might as well.
You should go
Whoa.
first. Yeah, let's do it. Let's reveal it on air.
Oh yeah.
And we haven't shared them with each other. This is
No, we barely talked about this.
exclusive
This is
with anyone.
exciting.
Lesbians and Kelly Clarkson.
I like
I'm
where you're going.
intrigued.
Wait, isn't that when Justin met Kelly?
Stop.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But
I
Christmas.
know
Got
something.
you. When Justin met Kelly Christmas.
Oh my God.
Kelly Christmas.
I'm feeling called out. This wasn't. No, it was my idea. But like, I had a. Do you remember my friend Cam? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you might have met her too. She was like, "I want to write a movie," and I was like, "I will do this with you." And then she moved to New York and left me with the entire project.
Yeah.
Bitch.
So I'm carrying on
Here
in
I
your
am
legacy.
once again.
Why'd you have to go to New York?
Yeah, why'd you have to start
And
working
live
for
your
the MLB?
dream.
Part of her secret plan. She's trying to sell the script. Unbeknownst to you.
before it's written, or is it written?
She's gonna share it to you on Christmas Eve. That she got.
That is
deal.
romantic.
It's gonna be on Peacock.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
yeah, that's
Pretty
different
that's
one.
a good
Very
platform.
exciting.
That's a
Yeah,
That's
This is
better
good
than
stuff.
Tubu or whatever.
Tubi.
It's Tubi.
Oh, I was like, what is Tubi? I was like, oh, I mean, what is Quibi?
Quibi?
You know, see, there's always anytime everybody goes, man, there's so many streaming services. Quibi somehow always gets brought up in that conversation.
Dude, OnlyFans is streaming now. Like, or I guess
Really?
they've always been streaming, but
Oh yeah, they do like live streams and stuff of events now, like comedy
like an
shows.
actual streaming wait on.
no, yeah, they have like
So it's
programs
less
and-
like
They'll do like you pay like a $7 to like stream a one night like comedy or like live
Okay.
event show. They also have like there's a ton of like non-porn industry people on OnlyFans doing
Okay.
like kind of masterclass type content.
Yeah.
okay. So it's not. So now
But
they're
also
so they're
porn.
trying to morph it into like less.
I think it
of
was
that.
It was
always
already that.
like
Genre-
that, and
right,
like
but
the
now-
porn like really overtook
took it.
to be
Okay,
honest.
I get it. But now it can be like, hey, you can have like.
You
Tim
can
Allen,
learn
like,
how to play
share his
guitar.
politics with you for like one night.
Exactly, and
For
then
$79.99.
get him to rate your dick.
for one easy price, $7.99.
What's your elevator pitch?
Well,
Yeah,
yours
I mean,
is just
mine's-
lesbians and Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, what, how do they,
I'm down with it.
how do they
Like-
meet? Like, does Kelly Clarkson one of?
Well, set
The
me up a
lesbians
meeting
or-
and we'll talk about it.
Nice.
I like that. That's mysterious.
Well, now I
Okay.
feel like I shouldn't reveal as much because he's keeping it vague. So I feel like I gotta keep it vague.
Keep it vague.
But I got the title,
Okay.
Voodoo Christmas. Get this, guy's
Hell
life
yeah.
turned upside down. He has a crush on the receptionist in New York because his whole life is upside down. He's too shy to talk to her. He gets snowed in at this little shop, and they give him a voodoo doll. And they say, hey, this voodoo doll doesn't control people physically, it controls people emotionally. So he tries to get her to fall in
Gaslight
love
doll or
with him.
something?
Right. But then, of course, like Act 3, he'll have to tell her, like, hey, I know you want to move in. It's been the best, 2 weeks of my life. But, I have to let you know, I used this voodoo doll on you
To
basically.
manipulate you the
Right.
entire time.
Exactly, right? And he's a horrible person for it. And then she's like, I don't want you to come to the Christmas tree lighting on Christmas Eve. Why did we wait till Christmas Eve? I don't know. But, that at work, we're going to have a Christmas light. He'll show up and he'll go, babe, it wasn't you, or it wasn't the voodoo. It was the magic of Christmas love that brought us together.
He's like, yeah, totally.
Check it out.
Nice.
Certified fresh. We'll see. Be there.
The doll is his boombox.
Yeah. Yeah, he holds the doll up in the air, and everybody's like, what?
I miss you, babe.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then later it's the angel on top of their Christmas tree.
Whoa.
He just wrote the end to the movie. You spoiled it.
And then the last shot is like
You
we'll
don't
just
have to
cut
use
that
it.
if
it
you'd
on
like.
the
Yeah.
thing.
I had Garrett sign an NDA before the
Ooh,
episode, so yeah.
smart.
lawsuit.
I have some legal problems.
I guess we'll see if you're nice to me throughout the time when I finish editing this. If I leave this in, then just know you were a dick to me at some point. I was like, fuck it, gets it.
But I think that's probably one of our writing projects that separately
Yeah.
we want to work on. I mean, we've got lots of things. What are the things?
But you haven't signed an NDA for.
Yeah.
Me signing an NDA, LOL.
You've given me, I feel like, a few NDAs before.
No,
Or
just
no, they were just
image and likeness.
Yeah.
Just some forms, just
Releases.
so we can release Max's voice and not get
What?
sued by him.
I'm a little bit intrigued about the horror podcast.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch horror movies and then talk about them, or do you talk about horror stories?
Yeah.
Or
do you want to go or should I do it? What's the
feel-
businessman pitch of it?
The businessman pitch. So I feel like originally the whole thing started because we've had these ideas. We've worked on projects in the past, and we had our little writing team, we'll say. And the pandemic hit. Everybody was sad. Nobody was doing anything, and we were like, you know what? Let's do something that our our actor friends can have something to do, and we can get some writing and creative time in. And then it just landed perfectly that it just sort of if we do all of this stuff,
snowballing.
we can release it by October. Scary, spooky.
True.
And then Jonah has always had this thing for Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps. I don't know if that's allowed to
Lots
say.
of
Yeah.
the children horror things I was really into. So it kind of made
Goonies
sense, and it was what can we do? In that pandemic setting, it was okay, we can't get a bunch of people together on stage. can we get like a certain amount of people together, maybe like in a recording studio? And I had heard that like my old high school for the pandemic, instead of doing like a play, they did like old radio episodes of like Gunsmoke and like The Lone Ranger, and basically the kids were like in the classroom at night, and they did it like a drive-in kind of thing, so people could pull up to the front parking lot of the high school and tune in to them doing those episodes live.
That's so fun.
And I thought that was such a cool like
That is cool.
workaround, and so I think that's what like Garrett, me, and some other people wanted to do. Was we were like, we wanted kind of like, what are some other ways we can bring art to the table? And I think we had such a blast doing that first season. It was 3 episodes. We had conceived it as like a mini series kind of thing, a beginning, middle, and end. And then we had such a fun time. I think instantly, like a week after doing it, basically just said, okay, well, what's season 2? And it like originally supposed to be its own thing, and then it just kept going. And then about halfway through, this is now last year, like, or like winter 2022 maybe, we just kind of decided like we're gonna revamp it a bit as more like an anthology. So every episode's like a different story, and the whole intention is basically like it's a TV show for your ears.
Yeah.
Essentially,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Fear for your ears.
Fear for your ears.
Oh, that's great. Fuck you.
And one of the greatest parts about like the most recent 2 seasons that we've done is it's given us an opportunity to collaborate with like so many people and get to work with a bunch of writers that like we haven't had the chance to work with, and we get to work with other cool people as well in various capacities.
Fuck
and
yeah.
hopefully it's fun for other people to do like various roles and stuff, because Max has played, I think he's in 3 episodes,
Something like that.
But you play different people each time. So
I'd say I think you might be in 4 because you like filled in one at last minute. This
We
last
don't
season.
count that one.
Hey, the writer.
No, we
stopped
count that one.
The writer stopped and was like, I don't know who filled that guy that filled in, but oh my gosh, he did so good.
Yep.
You can
really
hear
good.
it in between the
I don't know
screams.
how much you paid Garrett to say that.
Did
but-
not.
Our guy. That's our
I
guy,
can
Max.
attest, that
That's
was
so
real.
good.
That
It was
really
real.
happened.
And if
Well,
You can
go
listen
back
to it. There's
Max's-
actual proof.
If we go back to Max's script and
Yeah.
we read a line by character dude number 3 here where he says
Yeah, I got a little real.
where he says no, I enjoy when people are honest with me, but I always just feel like people are taking advantage of me when they say something nice. I just want to say that came straight out of Max's personal feelings. I
Yeah.
think.
So what do you want from me? What are you getting at?
Please continue to act for us.
Yes. Please do it.
All right.
Season 5, baby.
Yeah, we might. It's season 5.
Don't be nice to me.
We're here. Okay. Wait. So
Spit on him and call
we
him a
have
whore.
to be a jerk to you in order to get you?
No, it's just
Do it.
it's just like if you go out of your way to
Yeah.
be nice to me, I'll notice and be like, you better be nice to everyone. If you like single me out, I'm gonna be like,
It's like bring enough to share for the
I
class.
always feel
So
like
the next time we'll bring a bunch of donuts for everybody but him.
Perfect.
There's 13 of
dude.
you who only want a
Yeah.
dozen. Sorry.
Sorry, Max. You clearly
Clearly
don't want
not bacon.
donuts.
And then as he reaches for one, I go, don't touch the donut.
I would never eat a
Sit in that
donut.
corner, man. Go sit in that corner. And then wait, and have everyone watch you walk over there, have your seat, and then I'll open up the box and go, proceed.
Meanwhile, I'll just be over
I'll
there,
do that.
Nothing
I'm
more
just
than
saying
that.
That's what you want.
and I'll just be
such
walking
good-
around saying,
Yeah.
"Sign this,
Yeah,
sign
sign
this."
this.
You have such good set etiquette. I would love that.
Garrett and I make the best team because literally, like, I think the thing is, like, we've each, especially over the years, we found, like, our grooves in particular areas. Like, I'm the one that, like, will always come to Garrett and be like, here's the creative idea, or, like, here's, like, the ambitious idea for the year or something like that. And then Garrett will always be the one to, like, bring it down, bring it a bit more leveled. He's the logical one of the group, of the duo. And he's definitely the one that, like, as I'm, like, directing the episodes and stuff like that, Garrett is, like, running around with likeness forms and, like, helping, like, the logistical side of things.
I remember I think it was the first time I like not filmed. I talked
Yeah.
with you guys into another microphone.
Yeah.
It was like one of the episodes I wasn't in. I was talking to you or something. I was like, Jonah talks like a teacher. And you're like,
That's it.
well, lo and behold,
yeah. Little did you know.
wasn't a bad. I was like, you're really fucking good at like. All right, everybody.
Focus on we're doing the thing.
I think that's just like, maybe that's why I became a teacher. I feel like it's just very, you have that, like, I grew up with, like, that sort of commanding presence, I guess.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've like tried directing and it was like I can't tell people what to do.
Yeah.
I'm horrible at it.
Well, that's why I'm gonna yell at you when the donuts come out.
Yes,
next time,
please.
'cause, yeah.
It keeps me disciplined. It
Back
keeps
to
me
donuts.
strong. Keeps me grounded.
Moves
mean.
around
Yep.
like a donut.
Yep. I'm gonna keep my
Swipe
ego
that bear claw
flat
out of
on
his
the
hand.
ground.
Flap the
Even
bear
touch
pot
that.
of his hand.
Yeah, do you do bear claw? Do you eat bear claws?
Sure.
Okay.
It's like the pastry thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, actually, like now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like you have performed with a lot of people that we like know, because you worked with Alex Boinevang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
a friend of the
I
show.
thought
He's
I
one
worked
of
on
our
a thing
favorites,
with
yeah.
you and him, right? Because he did stuff at Banner forever.
Yeah, he did stuff with Banner, and then he did an episode.
He did an episode. Yeah, he
And
did.
Were you?
He did one of
I
the
don't think
scariest episodes, I thought, of the podcast.
Oh my god, how many episodes have there
How
been?
scary?
My brain is
There's a lot.
fried.
Well, we
don't-
just looked at it. We looked at the number, and we okay.
We're
We can
at
add it up
24?
right now. There's 3 from the first season, plus 4,
That's 7.
so 7. Okay, here we go. The math is happening.
God bless.
Plus 8
15.
and plus another 6,
Now we're at
21.
21, and then we did 2 behind the scenes things. So
23.
23.
Oh.
No money
bad.
like you when you're 23.
And I
Wow.
think and for next year, I think we'll try to keep that number
Yeah, dude. 20.
up for a bit.
8.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much to say.
26 episodes next season.
Yeah.
20. Wait, that would be 4. Wait.
With a doubling.
You're going to do 26
We're doing
episodes
26
next
episodes next season. Exclusive announcement.
I'm gonna have to start reserving
Yeah, you
recording
better
space
find
now.
some
It's actually the
Stories.
season's not going to drop though until 2028, but it'll be 26 seasons, all on the same day.
Nice.
Yeah, debuted all at once.
I would guess Alex was on your first season, maybe, because I don't think
This is where it gets
Honestly,
confused.
don't remember.
because
He
I
was
don't
on
think
the-
I did anything. I knew your guys' podcast was a thing, but I don't think I was on it for first or maybe the second season too.
I would
but
say season. See, it's really confusing the way we've numbered our seasons now because we have like
1, 2, 1,
classic,
2, 5.
basically classic 1, 2, 1, 2. I think next year, like without getting into too much, like you'll probably see on the podcast
Sign
page and
this.
stuff like that. We will have season 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
5, just to make it a lot cleaner. So we can refer to it as season 3, I guess, the finale of that one.
refriend.
It wasn't this year. It wasn't this last year. It was the year before that. So that would have to be. 3 was
I'm
where we
bad
did the
at
most.
math. We've established that in the first 30 seconds.
3 was where we did
That's
the
okay.
most episodes. I think we recorded 9.
Oh, that's
and we
right.
held one over to be part of this most recent group
True.
of episodes. So I think, but because of that, all of them are such a blur. And I think this year we all met up on one day, as you know, like we recorded like all those episodes on a day. But like, and we just had, and like, we had all those casts just rotating and coming out. Like, show up for an hour, read over your script, record, great, thank you. All right, next group is coming in.
You
And
guys
it
are
was just
really
that, like, all
efficient.
day. Yeah.
Like
It was chaotic.
It was quick. Like I think I did 2 episodes, was in and out in less than 2 hours, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that's the fun of like audio is, I mean, obviously it's fun to like see the product and like make a movie and everything. And I hope one day in terms of like, if it scares you in particular, we can maybe like see some visual content, but there is something so magical about like you're saying, like get in, get out. And then all of a sudden, like in the audio realm, you're transported to like, a seaside town and, you're in the woods.
It's
and
like a
stuff
book.
that.
Like yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
version of it is a little different in their head.
Yeah.
Which is
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you're getting better at writing horror every season, or?
I feel like I am. I feel like this last season I stopped and I was like, oh my God, this was so much easier than the past.
Yeah.
But it was also like one of those things where I think I wrote 2/3 of my script on a travel day. So I was like in SeaTac for like 3 hours, just sitting there on my laptop, drinking coffee after coffee, losing my mind about a fortune teller that is telling some kid that his life's going to change.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely been kind of like for me, it's gotten a little bit easier to like figure out a little bit more of the formula, as it were.
I don't know if it got easier for me to write like a particular formula, but I got better at writing quicker, more and quicker. Because like the year before that, I think I did 2 episodes each, and that took. I mean, each one was written like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months apart. But this year, it was like I had to write both of them in a month, and it was such a chaotic
Yeah.
time.
Because my problem is finishing a first draft because there's a billion ways whatever story you're trying to tell can go, and my biggest hurdle has been just trying to vomit everything I'm thinking out in one sitting, whether it's gonna be shitty. But it's the first draft for me is like that's where it turns into kind of a thing, and then it gets really easy after that.
Yeah.
But
well, I know that there's people who, when they do that first draft, they love to make edits as they go. But it just takes way too long. You'll never finish if you do that. So you kind of have to do the vomit draft and then go back and add the tweaks. I don't know.
I don't know. We have one person that has been a part of our writer's room, though, and she straight up has admitted, like, she said her writing red flag is that everything she does is a first draft because she works on it as she goes. And then she, like, just is constantly correcting herself. And she said, and she's, like, an English major who has, like, published things. And I'm always like, and you write like that? Wow.
But it's a talent. She can pull it off.
Yeah.
And she does some of the best episodes, I think. Like, I always think about, I think the one that she wrote was the one with our friend Alex Bonivong.
Oh my God,
And we
he played
literally-
Grayson.
Right. And we literally had this conversation 2 days ago. We're mapping out the next season, and we're talking about, like, just talking about, in general, we think that the scariest episode is the one that she wrote in terms of, like, the vibe, the mood, and everything like that.
all right,
Yeah.
it's my bad.
No, you're good.
I don't know. I don't have to worry about being redacted, but my thing that I really enjoy is the whole. I like to write tipsy and edit sober. The Ernest Hemingway situation. Tipsy, but like I just feel like then either that or just hyper caffeinated. Because then it's like my writing red flag is I have to romanticize everything if I'm gonna get anything done.
yeah, I
So
do
I'll be
that
sitting
too.
like in a bar or a coffee shop, just like getting after it.
Yeah,
coffee shop.
I have to go to do any kind of like long-term work. I have to like go leave the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of like the distractions and like also there's something about like and I think this is like a big psychological problem is like when they have randos watching me, I'm like, oh man, I look so cool getting all this work
Yeah,
done.
for real. I would say it's so true. Probably of
You're just
like,
typing your name.
Over and over.
It's so
All work and no
but
play.
it's so much, but the thing is so you need that though, and eventually that leads to something. I think of like if we added up like all the scripts that we've written, you know, like separately, I probably wrote like maybe 200 pages worth of script like in the last like couple years. Of those 200 pages, maybe like 4 of those pages have been written at my actual house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They all have to be like outside. I have to do
Well, that's
something
why,
at a
like,
coffee shop anywhere.
Back in the like there's like so many like older writers and stuff and like authors who have like designated like writing spaces, you know, like they have like little cabins out in the fucking woods, you know,
Yeah.
or like there was this one writer back in like the late 1800s and he had like a spinning cabin that like always had like a different view out the
that's
window.
so
So
cool.
like and it was just
That's
like
why
a
I'm not
one-room
writing.
thing.
You hear that shit?
Story idea that just lit up in our heads right now.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, it's badass. And it was like on like some sort of like railroad
That's
track so he could like slide it around too and like
Yeah.
it's pretty nuts like well and then like obviously like Hemingway and shit would just drink himself to a new place like every time.
Right.
It's Jordan Peele does that.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. Or he's like a pothead, so he just gets really stoned, and then the next day he's like, okay, which one of these are good?
Yeah,
Thompson, you know, he fucking.
It's funny. It's funny how every writer has their own like. Everyone has their own different process.
Yeah, I will also.
But they never
say-
teach that in school.
Yeah,
They're
you have
never
to
like,
find
you
it for
need
yourself.
cigarettes, a typewriter, and fucking 30 milligrams of Adderall. You're gonna be the best writer on the
Yeah,
world.
it's never like you have to outline it, and then
No.
why can't I just?
Outlines suck.
I met like writers who do not outline anything, and I'm like, you're crazy. And
It's hard.
I
It's
love
so
it.
hard to do it without outlining.
I'm
I
not
don't
good
know.
at outlines. I never have. Like most school projects or like any kind of writing project I do, I'll just like dive into an idea and then like by the time I get most of like what I want generally out, it's like okay, now I can organize this into like a kind of an outline and then go in deeper and add more stuff into each
get you.
area. But like that's from like a more business writing and like essay like
Yeah.
kind of
Like, what is an outline? What if you could just write like story about dude gets dick bit off by a dog? That it could technically be an outline. It's just I'm writing that so I don't forget it. That's what the story's
Valid.
going to be about.
I think the mission is really like how do we encourage that flexibility, right? Of like inspiring how like outlines can take many different forms. So it's sort of like, trying to help spread that to the public and to the youth of like, hey, you guys can, let's make sure we're following maybe a few certain beats, but beyond that, like.
But also keep in mind, I have a teacher's salary, so like,
after the
chill it with the
foundation,
questions. Do you ever like pull that card on some kid? Like, I know the answer, but that's not my pay grade. So, like,
no, not really. I mean, there are times where sometimes your hands are just tied and you just say sorry. This is my decision. But
yeah.
That's about it though.
Anyways,
Apparently movies aren't real.
I don't know. The closest that I have to anything like that is I work in student affairs for a university, and I do know of a lot of people who dressed up as RAs like the first week of school and went into the residence halls and just like would knock on the doors to the like new residents that were like having parties, and they'd confiscate all their alcohol and then leave and took it for their own parties.
That's really smart.
good idea.
Yeah, I
Those
was
kids
like,
are
dang, that's
genius.
so
Were you one
smart.
of those?
No.
Alright.
No.
We should do that next year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
An RA dressed like an RA. No one will see that coming.
What a thunk. No, but I don't know. I don't work. I work with 18 and 19-year-olds, so it's a whirlwind, but not the same kind of whirlwind as being a teacher.
What is a whirlwind?
It's a wind that whirls.
Dictionary, the denotation of it, the dictionary definition. I'm just kidding.
It's an adjective. So,
That would be crazy if you had like the whole dictionary memorized, but you're just teaching 7th grade.
That would be wild. It'd be
you
a lot.
kids don't know how lucky you are.
I was gonna say, I feel like you'd be able to find a totally different job, like if you knew the
You'd have
entire
any
dictionary.
job.
Like,
It'd be wild.
I only know Miriam's. I don't know.
I don't know that Webster guy. He's fucking stupid. It's the same guy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's a first name, last name thing.
Miriam.
I don't know
What
the
a name.
dictionary.
Miriam. That's a woman's name.
I don't
Could
know.
be.
Never met her.
Yeah.
School lied to us.
I don't really know anyone in real life named Miriam.
I've never heard of a real person named that.
Yeah.
Is the dictionary
Merriam
real?
Webster. I've heard more people call front flip a Webster than that's a not for you. Sorry, not a joke for you guys.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I got you.
All right. What's on the horizon? Non-horror related.
I mean, the
Like-
Christmas movie at some point.
A Christmas movie at some point. Like in general?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doing proof.
I'm directing a show in the spring called Proof by David Auburn. It's all about math.
Your sounds like
You've
you're gonna do
said
great.
So many times today.
Hey, I don't need to know how to do math. I just need to know how to tell people how to talk about
You
math.
hear that, cast member? He doesn't know math.
When we find
Use
you.
that.
But no, I'm really looking forward to that because I haven't directed in a long time, and I'm excited to nerd out. I've been reading like essays on art and theater, and
Nice.
that's me sitting in the coffee shop, like
cool.
romanticizing my life, looking at the people that are sitting there like crying into a journal.
Look at
another
these
guy's
losers
watercoloring.
with no dreams.
As he
Watching-
types his name over and over and over again in this.
But yeah, so that's like
Thing.
that's all that I can think of that's really coming up for me. I don't know. It's the holidays, New Year.
That's true.
I don't know. I'm gonna have like my drink counter for Thanksgiving, so I like have a special story on my social media that I'm like, ding, ding, ding. This is drink number 1. This is what the conversation has turned into. So
love
religion
that.
and politics will show
Yeah,
up.
cool.
Really looking forward to that. Ugh. Other than that, just trying to watch a bunch of movies because I need to watch more. I need to further my movie education, my movication, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have as much as you've got going on. I'm working on a
I'm
book
boring.
right now.
Nice.
Yeah, but of course, I feel like a lot of people say I'm working on a book, so I don't know how much levity there is to that. But we'll see. I have a feeling that like I've worked on it for a couple years and I've written like a chapter each year, so I think I might just keep doing that. Maybe make it like a boyhood kind of thing, and then
Yeah.
like 10 to 12 years, then it will be ready. But
Grow
really,
up with
just
your book.
huh?
Grow up with your book.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Huh.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
I don't believe you.
So we'll see. We'll see. That's kind of a lot of that is on the back burner. I mean, I have some other things I'd like to work on, but for now, I think If It Scares You is kind of where I'm living at the moment. So hard to take
Just
on.
always
I'm
terrified?
I'm always scared.
You're just always on
It's
edge.
always scaring me. So the deadlines do. So we're trying to do something next year, and I think if we can pull it off, it'll be really awesome and big and bold and exciting. I think we've talked about some ideas that we're really excited about. So we'll see. We're gonna try to change it up.
Okay.
So it's gonna feel kind of like a new project, in my opinion, to work on. So
Yeah. Would you guys do more like just audio, like short story podcasts that aren't horror related? Like, have you thought about?
Yeah, like
Like a-
westerns or sci-fi.
I think there's a
or-
really cool. I think audio is a really great storytelling medium to lean into, and I think the more that I just think it's still flourishing. Like we're kind of hitting it sort of still at the beginning of it, but I do think there is a place for it for like audio storytelling and everything. Because it's like a TV show you can listen to in your car.
No, it's very. I
TV show you can
like
listen
it
to
a lot
on a
because
walk. You know,
it does bring back that whole like
You
you
can
know
watch TV
Lone
in your
Ranger and like fucking Twilight Zone kind of like radio show.
That's exactly
you know,
the
and that's
vibe we're going
and that's
for.
dope. Like I think that's a really cool medium, and like books on tape obviously are fucking amazing. People love
Yeah.
podcasts, so like why aren't there more like full like season like running plot lines and like shows on
Yeah.
Spotify like that,
And something I'm really excited about. I mean, again, without getting into like too much of everything, but like next year, I think going back to NDA right here. It's okay. Garrett lost his for the Voodoo Christmas, so we're all breaking NDAs here.
We can cut stuff out.
Just
if you
kidding.
really
Garrett
like.
has
This will
never
just be
signed
20
an
minutes
NDA.
long.
I didn't even know
It's gonna be the best 20 minutes. It's gonna be the best.
Yes, but yeah.
But we next year we're gonna go back to like a serialized storytelling.
Nice.
As opposed to episodic. And I think by doing that, when you have the same characters going throughout each episode, it makes it exciting. And like you're saying, like to be able to tune in each time, or like one drive, episode 1, drive back home, episode 2.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, just something like that. Just that, and like we were talking about, like it's quick, it's efficient. You don't need a budget really for it. So I mean, yeah, I think I'm down to do more, just exploring that medium a bit more.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, do a western, do a Australian mermaid show. Let's do it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's really cool. I like the whole like radio show idea. I think that's. I just don't think I haven't seen that anyone else doing that really.
I don't think I'd watch it, but
I'd
New
listen.
York Times calls it unwatchable.
I would listen to that just like on
You literally
especially
can't. You literally
on like
can't watch
road trips and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's because I'm constantly listening to like podcasts that have kind of like a timeline story esque, and they're usually like some sort of like creepypasta, like fucking, bullshit
And we're
serial
obsessed
killer
with
stuff,
that. I mean,
right? So
we were just talking about there's the creepypasta of like Stairs in the Woods.
yeah.
Yeah.
Of like just thinking that's so terrifying. Just little things like that. I think like it's cool to like take something like that and apply some characters to it and just have some fun. Put it in a blender.
Totally.
yeah, dude.
And get to work with people like Max. And not feed
Watch
him.
your
That's my
fucking
favorite
mouth.
thing. Yeah, that's right. What am I doing? Why am I being nice?
Thank you.
I'm
Stop
so
it.
sorry.
Stop.
What do you want from us?
I apologize for that compliment.
I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
More
That's why
than
this is
the
a
compliment.
pretty good podcast, so no one can really compliment us
Yeah.
by being like, "Hey, you guys have a really good." Like, no,
It's
we
the pretty
don't.
good
good.
podcast. It's not the pretty nice podcast. That's for sure.
I like getting complimented. It means a lot. I appreciate it. I
Yeah,
just am
everybody
not.
say one thing they like about Max in this
No,
circle
no,
right
no,
now.
no, no, no. We're gonna say one thing we like about each other. So I don't like singular. Well, now it seems like I really do because I'm making it really about me right now.
You're just pushing a
I'm
corner.
going,
It's fine.
stop complimenting me, please. There's only so much I can take. Look how shredded I am.
You're like Chopper from One Piece.
I don't think the camera got a good actual view of the
It's
show.
the deer. Yeah, it's all right.
See, like a genetic lottery or something.
No, he like does this thing when people compliment him, and he like gets embarrassed and like hides, but he's like calls them bastards and like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
is really mean. Like, so he's like, "Hey, you're stop complimenting me, you fucking asshole," and like he's like all like giddy and stuff. But he's like saying that he doesn't like it. But
Alright.
his visual says that he does.
The body language.
Yeah, the body language.
Telling me no.
on my body.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say though, you asked
Yeah.
like the podcast situation. I actually really love podcasts that are set up like this, where it's like people just sort of hanging out and talking. Because my
And
first,
I think we do want to do
Yeah.
more of those too.
my first podcast that I ever worked on, it was like all about movies and the theories behind movies and like the lore of them and all that kind of stuff. And so we had like the film guy, the philosophy guy, and then I was just the guy that was like, "Hi, I'm Garrett, and I'm here." And it's like I'm the personality hire. Which, but I really love going back to sort of like having a general theme and then just like talking
We
shit the
certainly
entire
get more
time.
content out doing it that way.
Yeah.
They're just fun.
Should we tell them about the podcast that we wanted to do, like just like the conversation podcast?
Oh my God,
Which
should
one?
you
About
tell
book
us about it?
series.
Are you gonna...
We wanted to do one where we wanted to read. You know exactly what I'm about to say.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what name you're gonna call it.
Redacted name, but we are going to.
It was gonna be the Babyshitters Club.
Yeah,
The
and we were
what?
gonna
The
Baby
Babyshitters
shitters?
Club.
and we were gonna read
taking
all,
baby shits?
Believe it or not, no, but that might be better. We were gonna read every book from the Babysitters Club
And then talk about it.
in the
Baby
detail.
shitters.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, it clicked.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Babysitters Club is, but I.
Oh, you never heard of the Babysitters Club? You should.
Those are words.
Those are words. I like got really excited at you not.
Tell
knowing
me
what that
about
was.
it.
I don't need to. But I'm just. It's like a bunch of girls who
wanna
like
shit on-
babysit. They literally like form a club to make money, and they just babysit kids. But it's like it like becomes less about that as the books go on, and it's just like drama for like 75 chapter books.
Yeah.
ahead. There's like over
like
100 of them. There's a lot.
Middle grade petty.
Yeah.
So I think it sounds fun. I am also like a big fan of the idea of just doing like a nostalgia podcast. It's like we're gonna read the Magic Treehouse and we're gonna talk
Just
about
like a
how
middle one,
awful.
yeah.
Like I actually
Just
love the Magic
rotate. Be
Treehouse.
like, we're pulling out Animorphs today. You know.
And this is everything that like is awkward or weird or that we love.
I love that.
And just go like into it.
The show's called. The show still has the original title, The Babysitters Club, but
That's like it'll eventually turn into like if you know kind of why the title is why it is
Yeah.
when you start
Yeah.
diving
maybe
into
the
other.
podcast is just called Yik Yik Pod.
That I mean, is that if that's not a thing, go for it.
I know it has to be a thing at
Yeah.
this point,
I
right?
feel like it does.
Well, that's what we thought about
Hey guys,
this.
comment
Yeah.
below if
Which technically,
is there like a solidly good podcast or like a
pretty decent
aggressively
podcast?
good
No,
podcast?
there's
really good
There's not a
podcast.
pretty good.
there was also a very good that this guy Curtis Connor does. I think.
Have you thought about
Or
having
it's
him
called
on your show to do a
really
very
good.
pretty good podcast like the Jimmy Timmy
That would
Power
be
Hour,
great, and he actually is like very
crossover?
like he's a cool guy. Like he's a YouTuber and also like stand-up comedian from Toronto, and so I think he would probably be open to that. But it's also like we need to maybe have more than 200 subscribers on
Track
YouTube.
down every good
start.
podcast though to have it and then combine all the titles to do a special crossover event.
A super
be like
really
the
pretty, very ultra.
Ultimate good podcast.
There's like that girl Bobby Olhoff, and she has the Really Good podcast, which came out like a few months ago, and she just started coming out releasing episodes with the most famous people in the world.
Really?
Like, and I've never heard of this person before in my life, but she like released her first episode with like these rappers, and then she has Mark Cuban on, and then she has like Jessica Alba on, and like
Her first guest was Drake, I think.
yeah,
Really?
or
Wow.
one of her first
Well,
guests
you
was
guys can get
Drake.
Drake. You can do it.
We're trying.
Yeah.
I
Drake.
have so many unanswered emails.
Well, and then there was like all this like
Aubrey
rumors
Graham,
that her and
please
Drake
come
like
on, man.
had sex or whatever, and I'm like, I would start a rumor about me having sex with Drake if he'll come on my podcast. Like,
if that's
You
what
hear
it
that,
takes.
Drake?
that's what it takes.
I will actually
I
have
will
sex
actually
with Drake.
fuck you, Drake. We could have a threesome with Drake.
I just think the crossover
For our
would really
Patreon.
work. 7 words. That's so sweet life.
Zach and Cody.
Wait, maybe 8. Hannah Montana.
Oh,
That's what you guys need to do.
That's
you need
what
to do your
Ravens would have
own
with Zach
like
Cody and
collab.
Hannah Montana.
combination,
Like,
yeah.
universe.
A
The
very pretty
crossover.
ultra good.
You said
podcast.
Timmy and
It'll just eventually
Jimmy.
turn into just the podcast. Is it good? Bad?
Like
It-
every
sometimes.
Or
podcast
acronym
host.
it, where it's the PG U S U G.
the PGJRE.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah, dude, that's it's an elevator pitch for sure.
Okay, you're in an elevator. You get either that or Voodoo Christmas. Which one do you pick?
Well, it's just, any excuse
They're
to
just
get my
so
family to
different.
gather around to listen to
Yeah.
two mid-20-year-olds who think that their opinion matters. Yeah, dude, we're going to go with the pretty, really, very, very good Hallmark.
There you go.
But I don't know.
No, winner.
I'm trying to combine it.
Now it's a Hallmark. Ooh.
Now it's a
Do you
Hallmark
guys-
movie.
do you guys-
Hallmark movie about
do you guys
Hallmark
do-
podcasts.
Do you guys do Christmas episodes
Sure.
for your podcast?
We'll do
Like
whatever.
themed Christmas episodes?
We
might have done
You said
more.
this is coming out in December. Is this a Christmas episode of the podcast?
It could be.
It depends. Are we gonna go like
Happy holidays.
do a heist?
A Christmas heist.
Yeah.
A tower
Christmas
heist.
heist?
Yeah.
The Christmas heist.
Tower heist.
Yeah.
I should have brought hot
Never
cocoa.
forget that one.
Ooh.
Oh, that would be pretty good of you.
Rated PG for pretty good.
PG. Oh, that's good.
It's
That's
their-
pretty good.
It's their
Oh, that's your thing? That's catchy, man. That's pretty good.
Because we know we're going to have teachers and stuff on.
Yeah,
that
you
have-
never know. You never know.
So, kids, you
gonna
can
be
tell
pretty
your
good.
parents this podcast is rated PG for not what they think.
Don't worry.
That's
about
right, bitch.
it. Fix it in post.
Yeah, what editing would you like me to do?
I work at Whataburger in Dallas, Texas.
There you go.
Yes.
That's quite the commute.
Yeah, it's crazy. I traveled a long time to get here.
Yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah. The creators of the Pretty Good podcast comes to the Very Far podcast. It's very far,
Far and good.
far and good.
Yeah, I take a PJ to my shifted Wahlburgers every day.
It's a segue, actually. I came here by
It's
segue.
really fast.
It took 28 days.
Holy shit.
I mean, what kind of segue? It is a
time.
transition. Maybe that's just how you got to
Yeah, that's true.
segue into here.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I should have done that.
We
Can
did.
do you have the same background each time?
No.
Will there be a segue behind us at some
We
point?
could.
If we wanted,
Or
we
train
could-
tracks or like
we
a
could at least-
rotating cabin?
We could at least. Oh, that would
No, nothing says holiday special more than a rotating cabin. And
In
the
the
cabin's
woods.
rotating with the fireplace, and you see the woods in the background.
Got you.
It's very Christmas.
I could go to like some deserty or find a road and just walk along it and film
Okay.
that and then put it behind us to make it look like
do
we're
you
on the
always
road
film
again?
your own background?
We try to
Try to.
use our
Okay.
own stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
Smart.
never like
I appreciate
Star
that.
Wars
or
risk,
something.
yeah.
I would like to just pull a picture off Google Image.
I've done
and
that a
just-
few
John Boyega, his
times.
face just stretched out.
I've done it a few times. Like for one of the episodes, we did like I did like the friend's apartment for a background. Like,
Nice.
For one, but like I tried to make it like it was pretty blurry, so I don't think anyone's
Is there
gonna
a thing
like.
that they can copyright strike you for doing that?
I don't know.
We
wanna-
don't. We're not super well aware of
You guys
copyright
comment
law.
below, let us know.
Can I just pull pictures and not give
I'm
credit?
pretty sure we can because like of every video essay on YouTube I ever watched, they're
Yeah.
like constantly throwing pictures
Everything.
of background
No,
stuff. You know,
video
like,
clips
have
and
video
everything.
clips,
like a
movie
works
clips,
cited
like,
or something, or
Not,
reference page?
Not
Can we talk-
normally. Sometimes they
MLA
do for like
formatted-
bigger stuff, but like.
Can we talk about how
Usually
video
not.
essays have become like the best thing?
Oh, I love them.
And specifically just
I
like the last
love,
year.
like- oh, yeah,
I could
like-
sit and watch like a whole 8-hour video of like.
you
Garrett
watch,
got me
like-
hooked on one of like. There was one about Victorious.
Oh,
Victorious.
yes.
But there's this guy who spends like, I think altogether it was like 13 hours of him reviewing every episode in detail.
Mark LP guy or whatever? Because he's
What's
done
his
other
name?
His
shows.
name is Quentin Reviews.
Okay, there's
Reviews.
another guy that does that.
Sat there
It's like
all
same thing,
13
like
hours.
every
It
single
was-
episode of like The Simpsons.
like a show,
He's
right.
done every episode of Family Guy. He's done every episode of South
Those are
Park.
the best
It's
video essays
crazy,
to watch.
dude.
Yeah, one of my favorite shows is Doctor Who, and someone made like a 5.5-hour video, like just a disgustingly long video about like the fall of Doctor Who, like what,
Just
why
think
the
of-
last few years haven't been good. And I watched that
Oh my God.
whole thing, and I was like,
Doctor,
dude, this
hold
guy's
up.
spitting facts.
Yeah.
He's making great points, but like it's just so interesting how you'll just go. And I don't have any time. Like I need to like vacuum my house. I need to do dishes. Oh, there's a 5.5-hour video. on
Oh,
YouTube.
sit down,
That's my
watch
night.
it.
Yeah, like this is one of those things. And then you just tell, and then when people go, "Hey, did you watch that 10-episode show on Netflix this weekend?" I go, "I just didn't have any time."
Yeah.
So then you're like on YouTube
but I
for
watched-
12 hours.
I watched
yeah.
a condiment. I watched an 8-hour long like
Ketchup.
Yeah, the history of ketchup.
No, there's this guy Jordan Fringe who does like a lot of that stuff, and he did like a full like series on Ash's complete journey in Pokemon.
Fun.
And it was like 8 videos
Yeah.
that were all 5.5 hours long.
And how many have you watched?
I've watched them all.
Good.
Multiple times.
Good. There was a right answer, and that was it. Yeah.
It was great.
Have you guys thought about maybe one day someone will make a video essay about you guys?
That would be really cool.
Analyzing every episode,
made some
reviewing
video
every episode in
essays for
30
this.
seconds.
He has
But
made
it's
some good
8
video
hours.
essays.
Yeah, if you want to show your kids if there's a sex ed unit coming up, I got a video on marital AIDS. It's really educational. I don't think I swear
Honestly,
that much.
maybe send it to me. I'll review it.
It is educational because
Can you film yourself reviewing it?
I can't film myself reviewing it. You send it to me. I can pass it along to maybe like the high school.
Max
Okay.
wrote and filmed this like probably a year ago, almost 2 years ago, and like I was going through like Reddit the other day, and I see an article, and it's like scientists discover like fucking this like that like humans have been cranking it as long as we can remember, and I'm like, that's exactly what Max taught me in his video essay. So I don't know where these
iconic.
scientists
Yeah,
are
wow.
fucking getting their info from.
You're ahead of the curve.
You're a
Yeah,
credible source.
I agree. I don't take that as a compliment.
Does it curve left or right though?
Don't take it as a compliment. I'm not. You told me not to compliment you.
take
I
it.
can't do it. Yeah, but please take it. That fine. Oh my God, why don't you just take the compliment?
Well, shit,
Nice.
dude. This has been so fun.
This is fun.
Thanks
been a
for
good time.
Thank you for
been
having
great.
us.
Thanks for coming
your,
on.
on your holiday special.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So excited. So happy.
According to Jonas.
We're so stoked to be on the one and only Christmas episode in December. God. I'm so excited that I can make that exclusive announcement.
Yeah. You're,
Oh my gosh. But thank you for having us.
Yes,
I wanted to say
please.
I'm stoked. Now that I'm not doing shows, I'm so excited to like hang out, work on writing things, and just hang out in general because
Yeah.
I miss y'all.
We can run some segues together if you want.
dude.
That would be so great, actually.
Let's rip up the green belt.
Yeah.
Change topics constantly.
Yes, that's what you want.
in a smooth way that you don't notice if you're good at it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, to our conclusion.
Merry Christmas to
That was a
everyone at
segue
home.
attempt.
And a happy new year.
And a happy New Year. The happiest of New Years.
If you're Jehovah's Witness, tough shit.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. Do you guys have any last little promotable things? And you can say the last things.
Thank you for listening to If It Scares You, or if you haven't listened to it, go check it out. We're on all podcast providers. We got www.ifitscaresyou.com. And yeah, thanks for listening. Stay tuned for some really cool stuff coming soon.
Bye.